Gyles and Sayeeda are here with today's headlines, and of course we are starting with yesterday's attack on Bondi Beach in Australia.
It's now been confirmed that 15 people were killed in the shooting, with dozens more injured after a father and son targeted the city's Jewish community at a celebration to mark the start of Hanukkah.
Amongst the victims, an 87-year-old Holocaust survivor, Alexander Kleitman, London-born Rabbi Eli Schlesinger, and a 10-year-old girl whose name has been called Matilda.
Meanwhile, a local shopkeeper has been hailed a hero after tackling one of the gunmen. Gyles, what more do we know about the attackers?
Well, we know their names, at least given by the local media in Australia. Sajid and Naveed Akram, father and son. Father aged 50, son aged 24, coming from Bonnyrigg, at least that's where the police raided their home. It's about an hour's drive from Bondi Beach. The father, who died at the scene, the 50-year-old, he had been a licensed gun holder since 2015. And interestingly, in Australia, they have very tight gun laws, made tighter back in 1996, when there was another horrific gun attack, when I think 35 people were killed in Tasmania. But this man was a member of a gun club. He met the eligibility for firearms license for recreational hunting. He had 6 firearms registered to him, and 6 firearms were found on Bondi Beach by the police. The son, the 24-year-old, he, according to Anthony Albanese, who is the Australian Prime Minister, he said at a press conference, he'd first come to the authorities' attention back in October 2019, but that was not followed up. Son is Australian-born. The father came to Australia back in 1998. So that's the background of the people so far as we know.
Sure. Sayeeda, tell us about this hero shopkeeper. I mean, I think we all saw the footage and you couldn't really quite believe it when you saw it.
No, well, I mean, 15 people tragically here have lost their lives, and the situation would have been far worse had it not been for this gentleman who stepped in. So he is Ahmed Al-Ahmed. He is a father of 2. He's a local shopkeeper. He has no what's been reported is that he has no firearms experience, but he was passing by and he intervened, and you can see the footage there as we're watching it. Intervened, was shot in the process. His family have confirmed that Ahmed has been shot 4 or 5 times in the shoulder and is currently receiving treatment. And in many ways, at this Hanukkah celebration, which is what this was, a moment to celebrate light over darkness, this was the worst of humanity and the best of humanity on display at the same time. And I think our thoughts and prayers go out to those who have lost their lives and those that are still in hospital recovering from this horrendous attack.
Of course, our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone. Impact in this attack. Let's move on. So Cliff Richard, this morning's revealed has been in treatment for prostate cancer over the last year. Take a look.
They found that I had a prostate in my prostate cancer, but the good fortune was that it was not very old, and the other thing is that it has not metastasized. Hadn't moved nothing into bones or anything like that. But we need to absolutely, I'm convinced, get there, get tested, get checked.
He's talking there to former Sky News presenter Dermot Murnaghan, who himself is being diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. He's now calling for a national screening programme. Dr Nigger is with us now. Dr Nigger, tell us a little bit about where we are with the screening programme.
I think it's really vital that we have a screening process or a screening test. And one of the things that's been debated heavily is the PSA test. So the PSA test can have false positives and false negatives as well. It's not a very good test in regards to picking up those that might have prostate cancer. There's also signs and symptoms to watch out for. And at the moment, although we want a good screening test, I think it's really important to look at what is the outcome that we want. Because if we can have a false positive, which actually might mean that you don't actually have cancer, and that could lead to unnecessary treatment, and that treatment could have lots of complications like impotence or incontinence. or you could be falsely reassured because the test comes back as negative. So it's the thing that we need to do further tests on and also further conversations. A journal was done that looked at mortality, because a screening test is only good because we're going to pick up lots of different things in screening. We see that with other screening tests that we do already in this country. But what we need to do is it going to reduce mortality? And an article in a peer-reviewed journal said that actually reduction of mortality from a screening test only came back down by 1.6%, and the control group was 1.4%. So at the moment, I would say with screening tests, it's those that are offered who are high risk. So if you've got BRCA1 or BRCA2 in your family, please go and have a chat with your doctor. For Black and African-Caribbean communities, they are high risk. Those men are to have prostate cancer. Do the international prostate score and have a discussion about a PSA. But nationally, at the moment, there's no decision made whether a PSA test is a good enough test to pick up prostate cancer in healthy men.
Say the tricky one, this.
It is, and it's exactly what His Majesty has been talking about, that had it not been for early diagnosis, he would not have been able to receive the treatment in the way that he did, and he wouldn't have carried on living and having the quality of life that he's had and being able to conduct himself in public service, which he has continued to do. And it's great to hear the news that he is in a much better place and that his treatment is going to change now, and I think it's going to be downgraded in the coming year. But I think, you know, Dr. Nighat raises a really important point. I think instinctively, as lay people, we would say, well, it's better to be screened, isn't it? Because if we have an issue, I'd rather know and I'd rather start the treatment. But if screening also means that sometimes you can be misdiagnosed, or you can start treatment for things that you didn't need to start treatment for because it was never going to become what we thought it was going to become, then that in itself is concerning. I think my instinct, and again, you know, listen, oh, answer it. Who's that? Hello?
Sorry. Oh, it's your husband.
Oh, is
Yeah, I'm so sorry. She's actually on the television at the moment, OK? But it's OK, fine. Call her back later, about 10 minutes. She's very, very good, by the way. OK, yes. I'll look after her. Okay, bye.
Well, thank you.
Thanks,
I
Charles.
told him you'd call later.
I will call him back. God, his timing, honestly. But I think it's really important for, you know, as a layperson, I can talk about these things and say, I want to know, you know, I'd rather know and I'd rather start the treatment. But if in the end, you know, doctors are saying and reviews are saying and peer-reviewed articles and academic work is saying, actually, be really careful because screening is not just the answer, then I would
Does that mean, therefore, more research needs to go into the
more
screening
research.
process?
We need a better screening system. The reason the government is sceptical about, well, people are sceptical about making this screening available for all is this PSA test, as the doctor's been explaining, isn't 100% reliable. Much more reliable would be scans. Scans cost thousands of pounds. You can't be scanning millions of people on a regular basis. It's just not possible. So we're relying on this PSA test at the moment. But what's wonderful is that people like Cliff Richard and like the King are talking openly about this. When people of that generation, my generation, when we were boys, cancer was not mentioned. In our family, sometimes you heard people referring to the big C.
Yeah.
It was a great taboo. It touches the lives of almost half the people in the country. And men in particular have been rather shy and embarrassed by this over the years. So when you have entertainers like Cliff Richard, household names, people like the King, actually coming out and being open about it, it makes it much more easy for everybody else. So, real hats off to them.
Oh, thank you,
Look at
Giles.
that
Thank
picture.
you.
What a dinner party that was.
Oh, look
yes,
at you.
yes. I've known Cliff a long time, and I have known Judy a long time.
Yeah.
We might be talking about her later.
Yeah, yeah, for
You've
sure.
got some friends in high places, Giles, haven't you?
Oh, and actually, since we're name dropping, I was lucky enough to see the King last week, and I have to say, he seems to be in very good form.
Oh,
Try and get hold of
lovely.
that phone.
Lovely.
Those contacts tell us.
Yeah, exactly.
I was pretending it was her husband. He was actually the King.
Was actually the
What
King.
can you say? I mean, that really would have been too much.
He's my king.
He is our King. He's the King. Yeah.
But my husband is also my king.
Our next story now. Right, new research has revealed that young women are more confident than young men at doing DIY. Sayeeda, tell us more.
I'm definitely confident in the management stakes when it comes to DIY.
You're a delegator.
I'm not entirely convinced. So in our household, we basically say I am DIY management. My husband is DIY operational.
Yeah.
So he does the DIY. I just tell him how to do it.
I call it big boss and little boss.
Oh, there you go. And I kind of feel like the team works. But I also have this completely non-scientific, non-kind of research, anecdotal theory, which is that men who do DIY make good long-term life life partners.
I
feel that they have the patience and the kind of, you know, just the kind of general homemaking skills that you need. So
And
there
it's
you go.
really
Right.
attractive.
How you doing over there, Giles?
I think it's
attractive.
Telling your husband now.
Oh, I agree. It's more the fact that I think neither Giles or I excel in the
No.
DIY.
Can I tell you, I discovered this was not my forte when I got something from IKEA, and paying the people to actually build it cost more than the original bed that we had bought. It's very complicated. DIY is not for me. I tried to put up a shelf once. It was skew whiff, and then it fell off the wall after half an hour. I'm no good at it.
IKEA, it comes with instructions, Giles.
Pictures, not words.
The problem is, if I know I'm going to
They're
pay
not
someone
good
to do it, they're
instructions.
going to do a better job than I can
They
do.
are.
And I struggle to get over that. I do all the cooking, though.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I mean, in fact, in many ways...
Hang on a minute.
have
You
the
warm soup.
I warm the soup and I put the cook meal in the microwave. That's what I call preparing supper.
I'm just saying, if you learn how to do DIY, you do become a number 10 on the Richter scale of attractiveness.
I completely think there's something really sexy about a man who can do
Well, I would
DIY.
say, though, and the last thing we need to do is overload schools and more, but those are kind of good life skills to learn at a certain age.
Yes,
aren't they?
very
really
much
should
so.
be parents doing that, I suppose. But
Very
still,
much.
very good skills.
And actually, interestingly, when our son or son-in-laws kind of first buy their big house or their main house, my husband will buy them a DIY kit. He kind of thinks this is what you need.
Me and my dad did my first flat up, and you know, it was a real bonding experience for us. I mean, we're very close anyway, but I loved every second of it.
Your husband sounds like a proper keeper.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Right,
Thank you so
very
much for
You're
visiting
sticking-
our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.